And you're watching Sporting Icons.
So Tyson Fury, he has taken up to social media and asking the protesters and demonstrators to leave the statue of Winston Churchill alone, based on the fact of what Winston Churchill done during World War II, the fact that he was going against Adolf Hitler and of course the Nazi regime of what it was that they were doing, persecuting everyone else, and wanted the world to be blonde-haired, blue-eyed. All right. Now, last weekend there were graffitis and whatever else over the Winston Churchill statue, and they threw a statue of, was it Edward Colston or something like that? Anyway, he was a 17th century slave trader, and they tore down the statue and threw it in the river in Bristol. Now, first of all, I don't know what else this Edward Colston, if I'm saying it correctly, if that's what his name is, what else he'd done other than he's a 17th century slave trader. If that's what he'd done, quite why they're making a statue of him in the first place is beyond me. Okay. Anyway, Tyson Fury wrote this about Winston Churchill for those who are targeting that statue, and this is what he had to say. "This is the great man," said Winston Churchill, "a man who saved millions of lives in the UK and around the world. He made it possible to live in the world we know today. Don't forget, if Hitler would have won the war, there would be no blacks, gypsies or Jews in Europe, as he would have killed them all. We owe our lives to this legend of a leader, Sir Winston Churchill. I salute you as a patriot of England and the world heavyweight boxing champion and the Gypsy King." So there it is. Now, I don't know what it is that Winston Churchill's done. I don't know too much about him other than World War II, where he came to be Prime Minister about halfway through or something like that, I think it was. Maybe he had some racial views, I don't know. But again, let's not forget, back then, it was a totally different world, where if you want to become Prime Minister or anything of any kind of power, you go with what the public want to hear. So maybe he was saying some racial things, I don't know. And if he was, maybe he was saying it just to try and get into office. Maybe, I don't know. So either way, I think that at the end of the day, people want to do protests and demonstrations and whatever else, and that's cool. If you strongly believe in something, that's great, but don't use it as an excuse to do other things. Stick to what it's really about, not about tearing down statues, not about causing trouble. Because I've been seeing quite a few bits and that, because my wife keeps telling me about, oh, have you seen this, have you seen that? It's getting a little bit out of hand. You know, you're there for one specific reason. Focus on that. Don't be trying to trash and trying to cause riots and all that kind of thing, because that's just madness. And as for Winston Churchill, again, I'm not an expert, so I don't know. But of what I do know, at the end of the day, and what Tyson Fury is saying is absolutely correct, isn't it? He repelled Hitler. So he deserves a statue, does he not? But anyway, is what it is. That's Tyson Fury's statement. You can go with it or go against it. It's whatever you want. But just remember, if you're protesting in and around the country, stick to what it is that you're supposed to be doing or what your beliefs are. Don't take it to extra levels like they are in America that I'm hearing about riots and trashing shops and this, that and the other. What's that got to do with the whole George Floyd situation? What's that got to do with anything? Hasn't got anything to do with that, has it? Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all in the next video.